Hi everyone, Jeff Certicio, your school superintendent. Today I want to take a couple of minutes to talk to you about the 21-22 school district budget. It's a 3-proposition budget and I'm looking forward to sharing some information with you. Okay, proposition number 1 is the general budget, and overall our budget is $32,637,781. This does represent an expenditure increase of about 4.32%. From previous year's expenditures. This is pretty typical because school districts have a lot of what I consider set expenses, and those are primarily salary and health benefits for our staff. The good news with this budget, there is no increase to the tax levy in this budget. It's considered a 0% budget, and that means that the tax levy will not increase even $1 from the previous year. Now, we were able to do this through a series of pretty intense procedures where we took a very deep analysis of our expenditures. We looked at what are our reserves, which essentially is like a savings account for a school district, and made better use of our reserves and really cut back in spending in a number of areas. It's really important to note, though, that even though the expenditures were looked at with really a fine-tooth comb, this budget will fully support and actually expand the program for our students. In particular, in this budget, we will be adding a section of 5th grade. It has been historically here important to keep our class sizes level, if you will, and we have a rather large number of students in 4th grade moving up to 5th grade, and we want to keep that educational experience for those students as best as possible. In addition, this budget supports the increase in our librarians at both the GLP and Eden Elementary. Currently, those librarians are part-time employees. This budget will support having full-time librarians in both of those buildings. Certainly, our primary and elementary students deserve a full-time librarian. So, proposition number 1 is asking the taxpayers to authorize the expenditure of $32,637,781, which once again represents a 0% increase to the tax levy. There are 2 other propositions on the ballot. Proposition number 2 asks for authorization for the district to purchase some new school buses, as well as some equipment for our buildings and grounds department. Proposition number 3, similar to proposition number 2, is asking for authorization to utilize some reserve funds, in this case the Technology Reserve Fund, to support and replenish the technology needs in the district. Certainly technology has played a critical role this past year, and we need to make sure that our students have the right devices and up-to-date devices as we move forward. So the final thing that voters will have an opportunity to weigh in on are 2 open board seats. This year we have 2 incumbents, John Horschel and Jack Cuthey, who are running again for the Board of Education. Both of those names will be on the ballot, and there's also an opportunity for write-in votes if you're so inclined. Okay, so finally the vote is scheduled for May 18th. It's at the middle school, high school auditorium from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. This is an in-person vote. Absentee ballots requests can be made through Barb Thomasville, our district clerk. You can find her contact information on our website. It's really important, at least to me personally, that we have a good turnout of voters this year. The way I see it is each person who comes to vote, whether they're in favor of the budget proposal or against it, there's simply by exercising their civics duty, I'm going to view that as support of the school district as a whole. This has been a year like no other, where teachers and students and support staff and everyone who learns and works here have really put forth a full effort to make sure this school year was as successful as possible for all involved. So I hope to see you at the polls. Have a great day. Be well.